I wanna go outside in the rain. Once the rain wait a minute. Once the rain starts falling on my face, I know I'm gonna see a better day. Right now, I think I'm crying. Because of you, I'm crying. Don't want you to see me cry. Let me go, let me go, let me go. I want to go outside. I got to go outside in the rain. Good morning, people. I'm Marissa Chateau, Prima Wanda, Connie. Mm-hmm. What's that? Cheryl Burnett, RJ Supreme. Thank you coming in, brother. And you in Toontown. We talk about this masculine crying around here. Okay, let me do another rendition though. You know, one of my favorite singers was constantly crying to these women's right. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Let me say. Did you ever see a night so long when time just goes crawling by? Oh, that midnight train is traveling on, and I'm so lonesome I cry, cry. Yeah, it seems to me. So this came up. I happened to be in this chat yesterday when apparently Kelly Love was talking. We were talking about something else, or him making up with Five. And at some point, a memory came back to his mind of an incident that happened a couple of days before that, where he all of a sudden teared up, or tears ran to his face, or he had to blink off or something because he was crying, right? And Sir King happened to be on that same chat, and he was dumbfounded because he couldn't understand why is this man crying. Well, Sir King, first of all, it is not for you to determine how emotional a person is, when they're going to cry, or what they're going to cry about, right? I think it's a little disingenuous to say that men don't cry. As many times, if I sit up here and watch these men, grown ass men, crying over football games. What do you call that big game at the end? They crying over football games. I think the issue with you, Sir King, is you just have not lived enough. You have not put enough time in to understand the various kinds of people planted on this earth, right? There are all kinds of reasons that people cry. And I'm just not just women. We all know women are more emotional and they cry more, right? More acceptable. But there are a whole lot of men that cry over a whole lot of different stuff. I haven't cried a whole lot of times in my life, but there have definitely been moments, right? Let someone tell you that your 3-year-old has just been diagnosed with brain cancer, inoperable. Now, what kind of a monster is not going to cry over their 3-year-old being diagnosed with brain cancer, right? That's only part of it. There's all kinds of reasons to cry. When you've discovered that you are madly in love with somebody and you find out that this person has been fucking your best friend, yes, men get angry. They pound on their chest and break shit and maybe want to break her in half and all this kind of stuff, right? But at some point, they cry. Why? Because they are hurt. They're hurt. So there's nothing wrong with being fully human and have the ability to cry. But like the guy was saying in the first song that I was singing, he wanted to go out and walk in the rain so that his woman wouldn't see him. Don't want you to see me cry. Let me go, let me go, let me go. The shame. People, have y'all ever been with y'all husband or y'all man and y'all watching some kind of a romantic type of movie or some movie with some real sadness in it? And then, you know, you might have to tear. You can do it because you're a woman, right? But you see your husband, I'm gonna give me some potato chips. Come back here, nigga. I see you crying. I you talking about? You talking about woman? I'm gonna give me a potato chip. I'm gonna give me some potato chip, right? People cry all the time, man. You let that judge tell you that you ain't never getting out of prison again, nigga. And let's see if you can shed a tear, right? There's all kind of reasons to cry. Somebody done robbed you and took all your shit and humiliated you, left you on the corner. You may not want to cry in front of everybody. You might want to put up a front, but at some point, it's going to make you cry. Why? Why? Because you were humiliated, right? There are things that are going to happen in your family, going to make you happy, right? You're going to raise children. I think Troy was making reference to when his children or his daughter graduated from high school. But that takes a whole lot to get to that point where they are now becoming adults or whatever, or their children are going off to college. It will make you cry. Now, whether you do that in front of people or you have the wherewithal to go in private and cry like the man in the rain, some things are just tears are an emotion, right? They're an emotion. They just happen, right? I remember, I think I only cried one time with my partner. No, it had to be more than that. But on this particular time, it wasn't because of something he did to me. But y'all see that sometimes I have a vicious mouth now. Well, as a 20, 22, 23-year-old, when I was with him, could be a very mean person, right? And I had said some things to that child that made me I felt so guilty that at the end of me cussing him out and doing it so extremely, it made me cry. He had to comfort me. So I know I had gone so far. The fact that I hurt him that bad hurt me. I was that far out of control. All kind of reasons to cry. It doesn't make you less masculine. Now, Sir King comes on here with this stuff, talking about like the cowboy days, like John Wayne. Well, son, sometimes a man got to do what a man got to do. Child, some of these men, they cry about child support. Stop it, Timothy. Stop. Woo! Some of these men go into that courtroom thinking they about to get a major reduction, and the man tells them $500 more a year. That'll make them cry right there in the courtroom, right? There's all kind of reasons to cry. Happy tears, sad tears. I don't know why this Sir King took such offense at Justice Kelly Love crying. And then he came on today and said, he always crying. He always crying. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Walk like this. Walk like this, nigga. Get your ass up. This is a little less so with gay men. I think we are, not to say that we're not masculine, but we're certainly different than the average straight male who are indoctrinated with these ideas early on. Man ain't supposed to cry. You come home, you got beat up in school and bullied. Anybody can be bullied. You get bullied in school, you come home, you crying, your daddy kick you in your ass, tell you, go back out there and fight him. I'm going to kick your ass my own damn self, and all that old crazy ass shit, y'all. But apparently, Sir King is now separating the gays from the gays. He usually separates the gays from the straights, right? But now we're all in unison, and we're supposed to act just like you act, right? So in your way of thinking, you ain't never gonna cry about nothing. What they tell you? What about it when they tell you that you have prostate cancer and you're in a stage 4? Suck it up like a man. I'll take that, doc. I'll take that. Take it like a man. This foolishness, silliness. Some people cry. Look at that. Who's that dude? Boehner. Boehner cried. He passed every time he passed a bill. He started crying. Well, he was a crybaby. That's just what his emotions were. He doesn't get to choose what makes him cry, right? A lot of women are not criers. They don't cry very often. You know, it takes a lot to make them cry, right? But we don't have any control over that. What makes us cry? As I said, if you turn the lights on suddenly at a ballet, you'll see people in the audience who love ballet and they're just crying. They're crying over excellence, right? Tragic things have happened. You didn't cry at 9/11. I mean, you're not fully alive. Did we see when Barack Obama cried at when those people were slaughtered in that church? Of course he would be emotional about that. Why wouldn't he? We don't hold anything against Barack Obama. You trying to say there's something wrong with Barack Obama as well because he cried? What is acceptable when, Sir King, is it acceptable for a man to cry? It used to be a song. Only women bleed. They're talking about crying. Only women bleed. Man makes your head grave. He's your last mistake. Only thing you're looking for is an even break. He lies right at you. Or when you say, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. You think these youngsters don't cry when their friends have been murdered? They cry, unless they're dead. So I would say, Sir King, you just haven't lived enough yet. You ain't gone through enough yet, right? I have recently, after 50 or so, I actually find some of these mushy-wushy movies make me cry. Or a little bit. I mean, I'm not like, oh my God. I ain't like all that, but girl, it may bring a tear to your eye. If it's a sad, I mean, the point of the movie, they called the movie a tear jerker. Now, that's not just intended for women. If the whole purpose of the movie is to bring you to a point of emotion, then we expect you to cry. Right? Now, men, yeah, they will. Oh, they got to go get the potato chips. But the whole point is, that's why we made a sad movie. Lots of sad things. You think black people didn't cry at lynchings? I'm just saying. Hi, y'all. What y'all think on this here? And I do believe that gay men are a little less sensitive about this kind of thing. But still, it's still a masculine type of thing. They teach you that early on. Stop crying, boy. Stop crying. I like the y'all see that little commercial with this little black kid. He's a little bitty thing. He must be about 4 years old. And he walking around like this. And he walking around like this. Fuck you, motherfucker. And the daddy said, that's my boy. 4-year-olds cussing people out, child. Y'all something else with this bullshit, child. I wish I had somebody around here who could make me cry. You know, well, I don't know how true that is, but somebody who if you love somebody, it's not something that you're pretending, not if it's real. If you're really in love with the person, yes, they can make you cry. There are people who you have the unique position that they can make you cry. Why? Because you love them. You care about what they think and you care about what happens to them. Something bad happens to them, it's just like it happened to you. But we don't know enough about Sir King. He ain't never showed us who he is. That might make us cry. But he ain't never showed us who he is, where he is, how he is. He say he's straight, but people, you know. We're all just guessing around here, child. We don't know anything about this dude. So if Kelly Love is being expressive and let you know who he is and just being his full self, then you're going to see a lot more from Kelly Love. But even if Sir King did lose a leg and have to cry, we would never know it. Everything is hidden behind the screen, girl. You know. Anyway, so I'm much more. I like Troy Allen's take on this thing much more so than Sir King's. I thought it was kind of childish. Now he makes the point. Well, why are you crying over a song? Because Kelly Love played the song. I said, well, I didn't feel any emotion, but like I happened to be on that same chat or that same panel when I was saying if he had a spiritual moment, and this is what it reminds him of. He said he called out some people's names and they happened to be going through something or they happened to be there, and then the song kicked in and it was all kind of wrapped in together in a moment, and that made him feel emotion. Sir King said, where are you going? Where you going? Where you crying? I said, girl, goddamn. Okay, if he cries or not, who gives a damn? If he cries or not, child, please. He thought that was strange. But I was saying is, if God is speaking to you, that's going to be something very important to you. If you have experienced a moment, but God is speaking to you, no one else around has to understand what you're crying about. Right? And maybe that's what he was experiencing, because the Twinkie Clark song, it was just an old principle. I mean, it was only a series of 3 or 4 words. That didn't make me cry. But I don't know what effect it had on him in that moment. So anyway, we have to accept some people cry, some people don't, Sir King. You can't determine who gonna cry. They don't even have a power over when they cry. A lot of times people will tell you, oh, I said I wasn't gonna do this. I said I wasn't gonna do, but things make them cry, honey. Men and women, primarily. Well, I'd say more women, but I know emotional men. I certainly know emotional gay men always crying. I just gave you the example of Bonner. He was Speaker of the House. He was always crying about everything, honey. So anyway, what y'all think? What's going on, Toontown? I'm sure you shed a tear in your time, Toontown. If somebody says something wrong with your mama, something wrong with your sisters, people don't cry. The fuck are they? Robots? Mm-hmm. What, Marissa? I love it. You got to hit that. I'm a private dancer. You like that? That's the Heidi song, honey. That was Heidi's theme song throughout her life. Mm-hmm. All the men come in these places, and the men are all the same. You don't think of them as human, and you don't know their name. That's a sad story for a lot of people, honey. Whole lot. Hi, brother Carruthers. You were there at that incident as well. He hit a lot of people in his chat at that time. Then he broke down again when he tried to explain what happened. He broke down again. Child, be glad that you're alive, honey. If you can still feel something, you still have emotion. Be glad about it. It won't always be that way. Sometimes we get to be so cynical that we don't nothing make us cry. Mm-hmm. So it's okay for Kelly Love to wear lipstick, eyeliner, bras and panties, but long as you don't cry. That's the ultimate, Sir King. Lord have mercy, child. I became physically ill. What happened? Who somebody physically ill? Hi, Ronnie Q. You were also there. Oh, the whole chat is here now for the crying incident. I barely recognize. I mean, you take a moment when you realize somebody's crying, kind of thing. But I've been in all kind of situations where people were broken down crying. I've been in when I was used to go to 12 step. People break down and cry all the time because of something that's happened to them or something they're going through right now or a struggle they're having. You come home and you realize that you have not paid that mortgage in 2 months. You have not told your family that you didn't pay the mortgage in 2 months. Why? Because you no longer have a job. And you didn't know how to break it to them that you didn't have a job because you figured you'll get another job. And so you went out there and you went out there and you went out there trying to get a job to replace the old job. And now you realize you have to tell your wife that they have to start packing. They've been evicted. That'll make you cry? Should. You always talking about what makes you, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. What about when you can't do it? All kinds of failures in life, honey. You know, y'all been on them jobs, dressed down on them damn jobs, and knowing that you have to keep the job or you don't eat. Somebody done talked down, disrespected you. That'll make a lot of girls cry. Make a lot of men cry too. It make a lot of men cry when they feel demoralized and they can't just go out in the parking lot and box it out because that's their boss. And since he's the boss and he's writing the check, he talk to you any kind of way he wants to, right? You might not go on the line and cry in front of everybody, but you'll have moments. Break your heart. But because you are a man and you have responsibilities, you have to suck it up sometimes. Sucking it up hurts. You let that judge hit that gavel, honey. 35 to life. Believe me, at some point, somewhere, that 35 to life is going to hit you. It's going to knock you right off your goddamn feet. I never cried. I took it like a man. 35 years? Girl. Stop, boy. You stop it. People have died when their dogs die. They pedal. I said, what was I watching last night, child? I was watching some movie, and it's this English, what's the name of it? Some gangster movie about takes place in European gangster movie on Netflix. And at some point, this artist didn't want to sell his art to some girl because she owned a gallery, but her father was a notorious gangster, right? So he refuses to show his art at their gallery. And at some point, he was telling them no, that he wouldn't want nothing to do with that family. They showed him in the camera holding the dog, and then the camera zooms in on the puppy, the little dog, squeamy size. And I said, God damn it! Now they're going to kill the dog. Watch. Next thing, damn near the next scene, they got the little poodle dog floating in the fish tank. They done drowned the dog. Well, as soon as they showed the dog, I knew what was going to happen. He cried like a baby. Cried like a baby. Y'all watch The Godfather? Gangsters. You remember when that man woke up and found his horse's head in his bed? He cried and signed the contracts. They made him an offer he couldn't refuse. Are you a sympathy crier? You won't cry alone around me? I think it's a better thing to have emotions, to be emotional. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. To his point, though, I mean, it sounds a little childish coming off of somebody Sir King's age. We assume he's in the 40-year range or something like that. That he would have figured out a little bit more about life since then. But that is the kind of shit they pump into their children. A man never cries. Stop crying, boy. Don't cry. So could you stop hitting me with the belt and then maybe I won't cry? How's that? They're supposed to be making you hard. You beat me like a damn runaway slave, and now I'm not supposed to cry. And that's the sign of my masculinity. Mm-hmm. Ronnie Q, someone's asking for your channel. My husband shed a tear last week, and for good reason. I was crying right beside him. Happy tears. Mm-hmm. Your children that graduated, your children that got the job of their dreams. You're going to the theater to watch the premiere of your child's movie. Your child is the director on their first movie. Perhaps the first person to finish college in your family. Now you're seeing them on the big screen. Of course you cry. Why wouldn't you? You can be so pulled up that you never show any kind of emotion at all. I think it does make you a dangerous person many times, because it's going to come out one way or the other. A lot of times it's going to come out of somebody else's head. Mm-hmm. And if my day keeps going this way, I just might break something tonight. It's like a chainsaw. Oh, I'll rub your ass raw. And if my day keeps going this way, I just might break your fucking face tonight. Don't ask me why I like this song. Ooh, I almost cried last night, girl. I didn't cry last night, Justin, but I got real sad when I said, did this motherfucker just come on here and announce that he gonna run for president? Goddamn, Trump, just pay your bills, man. You're supposed to be so brilliant. You said you're a stable genius. Go and find another way to pay your bills. He gonna drag his whole country through this bullshit race of his, stir up all the races, all the racial resentment, attack the Mexican people again, separate them from their kids, take their kids, put them in cages like animals, girl. Some of them people still ain't seen their parents since then. He gonna stir all that shit up again just to feed his stupid ass ego. This man he's been impeached twice and lost twice. He's done an investigation in New York, all over the Fed. He's got case after case after case. He's got banks won't even bank with him in this whole country. He's got to go out of the country to even find a bank to finance one of these bullshit ass projects of his. He's gonna hang his name on. He has done wrong after wrong after wrong after wrong. And you mean to tell me that he had the nerve, the audacity to bring his motherfucking ass on here and talk about he gonna run for president again? Let's see if we can stir up the hatred again and drag us through another 5 years of this bullshit. No, that didn't make me cry. That made me mad as hell, though. But yeah, for y'all that didn't hear him, Trump is running for president again. And again. And again. That fool is in so much debt. When they run for president, they run tens of millions of dollars. Maybe he maybe he even gets $1 billion. And they can't prosecute him as long as he's running for president. He's going to try to stay. Maybe they can still prosecute him on a lot of these state cases, but they ain't going to throw him in jail as long as he's running for president. So that's another delay for another couple of years he can get, right? It's so sad. We need to be over Trump. He didn't cause an insurrection over the United States government. He has denied the election. Nigga, why are you in them then? If the elections are so rigged and so wrong and democracy means shit, why do you keep bringing your funny looking ass back? Why are you even playing with it? If it's wrong, it's corrupt, why do you have to bring your ass in it then, Donald Trump? Because you're going to get a coin from it. Who has the right to opinion? Sir King that's just trolling, Jeff. Sir King don't give a fuck about that boy crying. Although when it first happened, he did care. What you crying? We mean it here. Y'all looking for me? Yeah, man right here. Man right here. Stupid ass. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I don't like them when they abuse pets on these TV shows either. Maybe they don't really actually kill the animal, but so many times they have. Why you even show something like that? Why you have to show children being, these people have some obsession with kidnapping kids and all this weird shit. I just don't see why it's necessary. And you got all the love stories. I don't watch love stories, but sometimes it's like a sub theme in some of these movies that I watch. And there are a lot of things make you break up. People breaking up. People been together 50 years. I even cried one time because this couple, they had to be in their 90s. Both of them will barely get around, and they've been married for 70 years. That made me cry for some reason. So I love the idea of marriage, that a person, they could actually be together that long. And they look so cute. They were still in love. Hi, Michelle Holly. Squeenie. Stop saying Sweeney. It's Squeenie. It's like Michelle. It's like Queenie, except for it start with SQ instead of Q. Squeenie. Squeenie. If somebody hurt you, my baby, or when you hurting, When my last dog, Jimmy Dog, when he was very sick and he was my bedroom looking like a blood scene, crime scene, because he had tumors all in his mouth, right? And when I realized I could not help him, no matter we had all the teeth pulled out, and then a couple of months later, I got diagnosed with cancer. And then when I got out from my experience with cancer, when I got back a month later, he died, kind of thing. That made me cry. I couldn't help him. Whenever you see someone that you love and you can't help them, you can't do anything, it will make you cry. Particularly if you can't do anything to help it. Right? You see boxes of Kleenex all over the damn hospital. There's a reason for that. Hi, Nikki with the eye patch balloon. Oh no, I don't know about that experience. I only cry when it's that time of month. Right? I cry so much as a kid. I think my tears are on reserve. It's been so long since I've been in love with anybody. I just don't feel that kind of emotion about things. I don't care that much. But I'll tell you, when I had kidney stones, the doctors, they didn't tell me. The kidney stone had gotten so big in my stomach, causing me all kind of back pain and all that. They had to surgically go in and remove it. This is before I had liver cancer. So I've been through. I've been around. Lord, God knows I've been around. Anyway, they took the kidney stone out. But they didn't tell me that when you took this catheter out of your penis, you couldn't just pee, right? I took the catheter out to pee. I've never experienced that much pain, physical pain, in my entire life. It was so painful for urine to then, I don't know all the names of the stuff that's inside of there, but for that first pee, God, I was down. I fell on my knees at the toilet. I couldn't even stand up. That's some serious pain there. That made me cry. It caught me so off guard. I didn't even know I was supposed to expect that. So a whole lot of things make you cry, honey. Whole lot of things. Kidney stones. Yeah, I got my first one at 19, and then it took about 10 years to get another one. And it's been about 10 years since the last one. So maybe I hope it ain't ready for another one. Oh, shit. That pain is horrible, honey. Especially when it gets so big that you can't pee them out. Now, when they come out, because they are stones, they really are rocks. They could come through there and tear something. That would be painful, but nothing like the pain I experienced when I tried to pee on my own again. It's horrible. I was here at home. I haven't been following Ukraine. What's going on there? Let me see. They are saying it was Ukraine. It was an accident. Have a ping. Ooh, that's horrible. They be talking about all this kind of stuff. They're gonna, as you get older, these men, they're gonna put these things up in there. And I said, oh no, honey, none of that's gonna happen. You got to find another way around it. Maybe you got to cut my stomach open, child. Don't go messing with the ping, baby. Yeah. Yeah, kidney stone pain is horrible. First time I got it at 19, I drove right up on my mama's front lawn. I was trying to drive to her house. As far as I made it was on her lawn, knock her trees over. But it didn't happen again for another 10 years after that. So we continue to be hopeful. Wisdom teeth. Yeah, teeth pain make you cry. When you've been in pain so long and you can't get to a dentist, you can't get to the next day or 2 days. Pain will make you cry. Absolutely. I don't know what that boy talk about. You cried. You cried. Listen, you're gonna have to get over this situation when your daddy used to knock your ass around for crying. Kirk King. Right. I know it was hard. Some of those things you are traumatized at it, but it's over now. You're a grown man, and if you're overrun with, well, it's not like it's something you have to decide about crying. It's not a decision you make. If you feel something, you feel it. Crying is an emotion. Mm-hmm. What's my thoughts on Herschel Walker? I think he's an idiot. I mean, I hope that doesn't offend people. It amazes me that he's in a runoff because so for me, when I hear him talk, it sounds like I'm listening to an idiot. And that's not even including all of his scandals, but even the way he speaks, he sounds like an idiot. And it amazes me that they'd be willing to put someone like that in Congress. Why would they do that? Just to win. You know good and well, them Republicans are not excited about no black person in shit. They just know that's the only vote they can get out of Georgia at this point. Yeah, I think he's an absolute idiot. Honestly, that's what I say. It won't be the first time I've said that about some athlete who is brilliant on the field or whatever their sport is. They're not always the most intelligent people anyway. So just because you can play a football game, I don't think that qualifies you as a leader in politics. One thing has nothing to do with the other thing. He even sounds like an idiot. And all the lies, y'all don't mind him lying like that? Y'all don't mind him paying for abortions and then saying that he never did that? And not even just the fact that he would say that, oh, well, that was in the past, that was in the past. Just the fact that he would continue to lie about it. Doesn't bother you? If he's going to lie about that, what else are you going to lie about? How about everything? No, the Reverend seems like the one that's in there now. He seems like a very intelligent man. Mm-hmm. Herschel Walker seems like he sounds like an idiot. I'll just leave it at that, Joe. And then for his own son to come up there and say what a liar he is and how he has had almost nothing to do with the family, and then he's preaching on family values. Just for him to have, I mean, we know kids go through their stuff, but just for him to have that amount of animosity, that he knows that his father ain't got no business in no damn Senate or Congress, excuse me. He'll be in the Senate. Okay, so he was the Senate. Calling the other senators boss. Yes, a boss. Yes. Yes. So here's Senate. Okay. So the Democrats have the Senate now, but the Congress has not been decided yet. It won't be decided until Wednesday. Is that right? Today is Wednesday, right? So when is the runoff? Is that today? However that worked. I tell you, I don't pay attention to politics. It's always the same shit. And then now I know that if Trump runs again, of course, I'm going to start watching it again because I hate his ass so much, right? If nothing else, that is entertainment. That's what he was, a reality star, right? Y'all making reality stars the president. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Georgia, don't let that happen in your state. Don't let that shit happen. I think most black people are going to vote Democrat anyway. But if there's even a few votes, apparently they're very close. How can you even be close with somebody like Herschel Walker? Why does he even want that? Go open up a car lot or something, man. You've had your time. Your time was on the football field. Oh, December 6th is the runoff. Okay, so it's not today. Okay. Okie dokie. What's the play, coach? I guess you don't have to use a lot of brain power when you are an athlete. Ain't nobody mad at the athletes, though. That's another thing that black people seem to do very well. We do all kinds of stuff well, but traditionally, we've always done sports well. And I think they do comedy well, entertainment in general, all those kind of things. But fortunately, everybody doesn't have to be a football star or a rap star or R&B singer. We can do all kinds of things. Excel. People tend to excel too when they apply themselves. I guess we work harder, you know. Yeah, he's an arrogant man to even go for that. I don't know who put him up to that. What the motivation is. Why the Republicans have chosen him. Like they don't really care about governing; they care about winning. The Republicans, so they can tie up government so nothing happens. Then they can brag about nothing happening. They spend their life trying to make sure nothing happens good in the government, and then they complain because nothing happened. Well, then you block every opportunity. You got the ass tricked though this week, over the weekend. Pastries? Oh, y'all talking about pastries? My sugar is up again. I don't know what the hell it is. This is a funny thing though. I take this stuff called what's it called? Got a brain fart. Anyway, I take this medication for diabetes, and it would make my mouth so dry in the morning. Y'all see how I'm constantly drinking water. It make my mouth so dry in the morning. I told the doctor, listen, I can't keep waking up like this. Can't go back to sleep because this medication is making my mouth so dry. And so the doctor told me, well, take the full pill in the morning and take a half a pill at night. And it worked. I took a half a pill at night, and then my mouth wasn't so dry. It wasn't not like it is now. Anyway, so when I went and got blood tests last week, they told me that your blood sugar was somewhat high, right? And I said, oh, it must be because I cut the other pill in half at night, right? So I just diagnosed myself, and I took a full pill at night. And last night my mouth was so dry. No matter how much water I drank, all the water was doing to make me have to go pee again. And my mouth was so dry. I mean, it was like the Muhammad Desert. It was horrible, right? I couldn't sleep. And so I said, I got to talk to the doctor again. This ain't going to work. So then when I went, metformin, thank you, pretty things. Metformin, that's the one it was. So I said, I'm going to have to go back to this half pill at night, even though my sugar is, they got to find another medication, right? So then when I went to take my pills this morning, I missed my medication last night. The damn thing was still full. So no matter how I was convinced that by taking the full pill again was making me dry out like that, I didn't even take the medication that night. It was so strange. So what the fuck? So got to figure out something else. Here we go again. Oh, here we go again. Motrin makes you sick. Yeah, I can't take Aleve or Motrin. I got to take Tylenol only. So the metformin does seem to work. So maybe if it didn't dry me out last night, maybe I can just go back taking, it's 2 pills a day. They're all pretty simple, right? But they just got to figure out the right formula for you. I don't know. Last night was horrible. I wonder if it's because I had the heat on. We have these electric heaters too, which hasn't been on for all year, of course. But now it's getting cool at night. I wonder if it's because I had the heat on. Was doing that. I got to check out some things. Excuse me, I got sidetracked. Hi, Charles Dotson. How you doing? How is your carbohydrate consumption? Well, I eat wheat bread. I try not to eat a lot of white rice. Well, if I have Chinese food or something, though, I will have half a cup of white rice. Potatoes, I eat potato chips, unsalted potato chips, or lightly salted potato chips. No sugar at all. No white bread. Pasta. Most of the Marie Callender's dishes have some kind of pasta in them, but they're just tiny little portions, little child's plates, right? So no, it's not perfect, Charles Dawson, not by a long shot. But I've cut back on so much stuff. I mean, I don't even have sugar or salt in my apartment. I use stevia for everything. But yeah, I guess you could cut rice completely out, or I'm kind of hooked on those damn potato chips, unsalted. It's my mouth is kind of messed up right now. And I do snack. People who have diabetes, they want you to snack, like eat 5 small meals a day. A meal could be one health bar. That's a whole meal. But I do snack. But I have taken to these things that are not sugar-free. Now, everything I eat should be sugar-free, but some things are just low sugar or up to 10 grams. I got to cut that out too. Tylenol is the best alternative. The rest of that stuff is bad for your liver. Right. And I had liver cancer, Sandra. Oh, that's why they're telling me. Because I presented to this group of guys that I hang out with. I said that, well, we can't take Tylenol. These are HIV positive people. And he said, no, I take Aleve, I take Motrin. I said, I thought we're not supposed to take that at all. Every time I go to the doctor, they tell me, make sure you're not taking any Aleve or Motrin. You only take Tylenol, right? So it must be then because of my situation with my liver. That would make sense. That's why I'm not taking anything else. But Tylenol works fine. I very rarely emit any kind of pain. Maybe a humidifier and put by the bed. Humidifier. Yeah, I have one of those in that circular fan thing I got. The bottom part, it's not called a humidifier, though. It's called a purifier. I have a purifier in there, which I haven't been using because it's getting cool in the evening. Maybe I can turn the purifier on and just leave the fan off. We'll see. It's only been going on for a couple of days. Really bad last night. But last night, I didn't take that pill at all. So it couldn't have been that. Thank you, Steph. We'll try some of everything. Hi, Ed Gee. Thanks for super chat. Hi, Tim. What time do you go live? It's so unpredictable. I just see something on here, Ed Gee, and I just go to it. But you don't really miss anything by watching the replay. I don't think. And back in your day, was black gay men doing as much? Wait a minute. Okay. What time did I go live? Okay, so that I don't have an answer for what time I go live. I never schedule it. And back in your day, was black men doing as much as they're doing today? I think these days it gives a bad look. Your thoughts? Doing as much what? Were black men doing as much? I don't understand the question. A lot of these people say, were apparently under the impression that black people didn't do crystal meth. It just depends on where you live, people. Believe me, they do plenty of meth in California, Los Angeles. I understand it's epidemic now in Atlanta. Just depends on where you're from. You know, some states, their big thing is crack, whatever. But I don't know what you mean by doing this much. I know they got a lot more are celebrities now. Remember, back in the day, all we had was R&B singers and doo-wop singers and things. But now, everybody's a star. Shit. Some of these youngsters, 20, it breaks my heart to see them actually achieve success to develop this rap game to the point where it is the biggest draw in music, period, bar none. And then to just sacrifice their lives and still carrying on like the gangsters in the street. So yeah, there are a lot more in television, a lot more actors, not so much singers, but rappers and all that kind of stuff. But they're acting like thugs out there, killing each other for sport. There used to be a scene in The Sopranos where the rapper hired Tony Soprano and his crew to shoot him for street cred. So that's considered a good thing. It's crazy. Those lemon Glycerna sticks. Ask your doctor about those lemon Glycerna sticks. They stimulate saliva. Oh. Yes, you can learn things right here, baby. Lemon Glycerna. It's something I can get over the counter, or I got to get a prescription. Lemon. Oh, where's she at? Glycerna. Lemon Glycerna sticks. So ask about that or something that will give me saliva. Yeah. So maybe if my mouth was so dry because of the pills that I took in the night before. I only increased the dosage 2 nights. And the second night I hadn't even taken it at all. So I wouldn't think that it would be a more immediate thing, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's different 2 days ago. But we'll see, because there was a reason that I cut them in half in the first place, right? And that was the reason. And it's been correct for 6, 7, 8 months. We'll see. I see them the first thing in December, but I might call her in. Go down there anyway. Fortunately for me, my hospital, UCSF, is 2 stops down, and the train comes right in front of my apartment. So I can be in my hospital 5 minutes. It's real easy. And the train takes you right into the hospital. Right alongside it, So I might run down there. What are my plans for Thanksgiving? Yes. For the first time, has it been 2 or 3 years, Charles? I don't remember. I think it's definitely 2 years. First time I'm going to have Thanksgiving dinner here again. I used to do it every year. Only one time a year I have dinner here or have people in here, more than a couple of people at a time. And that was Thanksgiving dinner. Then when pandemic happened, of course we stopped. So now we're going to start it up again. So I have 6 people here on Thanksgiving. My assignment is the turkey. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my table will hold 6. You can have a couple other people if they bring somebody or something, sit on the couch or something like that. But I like it. I do miss doing that. Also, it gives me a reason to do a deep cleaning and dusting. If nobody's coming over in your apartment for years, child, there's no reason to really get all down on your knees and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Justin Justin never says die. Uncle Tim's doctor will ban all food and drink. Just breathe, Mr. Blank. It feels like that. That's what it feels like. It feels like he just going to the bathroom on me. Every time you go into the doctor's office, what now? What do you want? You took my goddamn ice cream, candy bars. I can't eat salt, can't eat sugar, can't eat this, can't eat that. No white rice, no goddamn pasta. How you gonna live without eating spaghetti? Shit. Every time you go in there, oh, you got to cut back on this. You got to cut back on this. I'm gonna put oh Lord, have mercy. But they are keeping me healthy, so I mean, I just go by what they say. What's next? What else can I do? The one thing I can still do is have sex. But guess what? I don't do it. So, I guess they still let me watch TV. That's nice. I can watch TV. Praise God. Yeah, Charles Dawson. They make all the other food. I have a couple of friends they're actually pretty good cooks. So basically, everybody brings something, but those two are really the cooks. Making the meat is easy. I buy pre-cooked turkey. Usually I make turkey and ham, but someone else is making ham, so I got a real simple assignment. No booster for you? I've had all my booster shots. You're talking about COVID. People, make sure y'all get your COVID shots if y'all gonna be going around your family. Go ahead and get you an extra booster. If you're gonna be around your family and stuff, y'all ain't gonna be wearing no mask. I noticed that almost nobody's wearing masks now. I see they still wear them somewhat in the supermarket, and they're required on the train or on any public transit. But other than that, it seems to me San Francisco ain't nobody wearing masks no more. But I would think if you're going to be around a whole lot of people, even if you don't mask up, certainly get the latest booster. They're out now. Nobody sells pineapple upside down cake. That used to be my favorite dessert. Pineapple upside down cake and banana pudding. I can't have neither one. One of these guys that comes here is a chef. Is a pastry chef? Whatever. He always makes these elaborate cakes and pies and things. I can't touch him. I can't touch them because I know if I have a little taste, then I'm gonna want more. Most of my neighbors already had COVID. I must be immune. Well, most is not gonna cut it, Stevie J. You still want to protect yourself. If it's all you gotta do is go to Safeway. I got mine done in 10 minutes. I don't know what kind of supermarket you have there, but it's pretty easy to get them. If it's easy to get it, why not get it? Even having it before is not a guarantee because some people have had it before, get it again. You've had 5 COVID shots. You work in healthcare. Yeah, they're probably requiring that of you, right? If you thought it out, wait a minute. Hold on, pretty things. Just a tip. If you have a pre-cooked turkey, thaw it out of the bag. Do they cook them in the bag? It's a butterball and it's got like a wrapping around it. Wait a minute. Thaw it out of the bag because if you thaw it in the bag and go to take it out, some of the skin might come off with it. Okay, I see what you're saying. Throw it in the bag. I might have the one where you cook it in the bag. So you have to thaw it out of the bag and then put it back in the bag to cook it? I'll see. I'll be aware of that though. Thanks, pretty things. Yeah, you don't want to put the skin the best part, right? I like to pre-cook. I mean, I guess people could sit there for 8 hours making them, but I'll probably mess that up. Plus the when they're already seasoned and all that stuff too. Cheesecake Factory has pineapple upside down. Go. Oh, I eat at Cheesecake Factory. It's one of my favorite places downtown. I can't eat no cake no more where I go though. I make a sugar-free or sugar substitute with Splenda. That's an idea. He might tell me to go to hell, Charles Dawson. Right? He said, "Oh, I got to make a whole cake just for you, huh?" Well, you look like you could lose a few yourself, buddy. It wouldn't hurt you to cut back a little bit. Mm. Do you bind your turkey? Ronnie, I want to know what binding the turkey was. I don't even know what it is. I know I've had them before. I've had them both ways. Sometimes you get them and you put the whole thing in the oven. I think that's wrapped in like a foil type thing. And then the other ones where you have to take it out and still prepare it, but it's still pre-cooked. I got to see. I haven't done all that. I figure around November the 1st, then I'll start getting serious about reading instructions and all that stuff. Anyway. Ooh, my son-in-law deep fries our turkey. Deep fries it, baby. I haven't never tried that. I've heard it's very delicious though. I know in front of the Kentucky Fried Chicken, they have theirs. You order them now for the deep fried. Mm-hmm. Cook them on the grill. Okay. So Ronnie Q, let me ask you this. You know how we had those big, y'all cooks, so y'all know those big pans. They're blue and they have dots all over them that you use for a roast or something like that. Is it better to cook a turkey? Let's assume that the turkey is wider than the pan is. Is it better to cook it in that, or should we get these aluminum foil things they use these days and cover it with foil? Do you know, or does anybody know about that? Because I have one of those big uh, pans, but it doesn't seem to be bigger than the turkey is, though. So I got to squeeze it in there. Or should you just get one of these aluminum things that they sell? You know, Popeyes. Ooh, Popeyes got chocolate biscuits. It's those chocolate biscuits. Let me see. The roaster. Okay, the roaster pan I have, and it has a top to it. But as you can see, I ain't used it in 3 years. But I notice now that people seem to want to use these disposable aluminum pans a lot. They serve a lot of food in that. Is that better to cook in? A thick bottom roaster is better for a turkey. A thick bottom roaster. That would be the roaster. So the roaster is better than the thin pan. Okay, that's one opinion, Steph. I would cook in the pan. I've never cooked a turkey. Cook a turkey in that foil pan. You would use also a roaster then. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It seemed like the turkey is just wide. Mm-hmm. And they've already told me to don't cook the dressing. Don't make a turkey and dressing. Don't cook them together. So someone else is making the dressing. We'll just serve it on the side. Roaster pan, not the foil pan. Roaster pan. Okay. Yes, the roasting pan, not the foil pan. Okay. So the foil pan is good for when you're making sides and stuff for a lot of people. Of course, I wouldn't need anything that big. It's only going to be 6 of us, 6, 7. I'm doing oyster dressing. Y'all cooks. I don't even know what y'all talking about now. That's real cooking, honey. Choose to use a foil pan. Double them up and use 2 instead. Oh, that's an idea, Steph. See, y'all professionals. Because those pans, the foil pans, they sell them. You buy one, you get 2 for 1, or buy one and get the second one half price, but you buy them in 2s. That would explain why you buy them in 2s, right? Well, when I get through here, I'm gonna go and see if that thing will fit into the roaster. That's what they use for the first 100 years. I don't know why I wouldn't use it this time. But if I do get a aluminum pan, then I'll get 2 of them. They're not that expensive. You can just get them and try both ways, really. This time next week. Ooh, is that close? Deanna Irving says that Walmart has got they're starting their what do you call it? Friday blackout. What do you call that thing when they have the big sale every year? She said that Walmart is starting theirs now. Y'all might want to check into that. Y'all got cheering thing, husband, boyfriend. Black Friday. Okay, so she said this morning that Black Friday is starting today at Walmart. You might want to look into that. I don't ever cook anything. I never cook. I cook Squeeney's dinner every day, but all that requires is taking the piece of chicken and drop it in the water for 35 minutes, and then put a little cheese on top. He's a spoiled dog. He won't go nowhere. He won't even go in the same room where dog food is being served. Every time I try to put a bowl of the dog food, I'm gonna switch him off now, get him on dog food. He smells it before he gets in the bathroom. I ain't going in there. Do it right. You want to come over with your Tupperware? Come on, Stevie J. I made sure to take all that sweet shit with them though, because I would certainly be in it. I tried it and failed so many times. Oh, we just leave that stuff here for you. No, honey. If you brought it, if you got anything sugary in it, take it with you. I am not that strong. Anyway, people, thank y'all for coming in. I hope y'all have a wonderful, what's today, Wednesday? We getting there. Damn, it's 1 week. We almost there, baby. Later, guys.